When I meet people for the first time and I tell them that I'm a fashion designer, they tend to do one of two things. They either, one, look down at what I'm wearing and have kind of a confused look on their face because maybe I don't look like their idea of what a fashion designer should look like or dress like. Or two, they look at what they're wearing and they become sort of embarrassed and say something like, oh, if I knew I was going to meet a fashion designer today, I would have dressed better. And I usually don't know how to respond when people say stuff like this because I usually say something like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm probably the last person judging your clothes, because that's how I feel. I don't really care. I don't really spend my spare time judging what other people wear. I don't think about it. It's the last thing I look at. So I don't know. It's a funny thing. And moving on, I wanted to just mention there's a difference between the designer name fashion designers, people like Donna Karan or Alexander Wang, and what I call silent fashion designers. This is people like me that work in an office 9 to 5. Nobody really knows our name. Nobody knows our face. That's why I call us silent fashion designers. And I'm going to talk about these two separate things. And I just wanted to have a clear distinction before I start. So with designer name fashion designers, there's definitely a range of what they wear or what they look like. So some of them dress really well and dress really fashionably. This is people like Diane von Furstenberg, Kushni at Oaks, Tory Burch, or Tom Ford. And they tend to wear their latest looks from their own collection, right? Because that would be silly to wear somebody else's clothes, right? And this is great marketing, to wear your own collection. And you can tell that they know that they are the face of their brand. Their business name is their own personal name, so they know that the face of their brand is their own face. So their brand image and their personal image are both important to their brand. And then there are the types of fashion designers that don't necessarily dress fashionably, but they dress kind of well. They're put together, their clothing fits really well, and they tend to sort of wear a daily uniform, I would say. This is people like Karl Lagerfeld. And then there are those that don't dress fashionably, and they also don't dress well. They dress sort of super, super casual. They're all about function and comfort. This is people like Alexander Wang. Alexander McQueen dressed a lot like this, and even Max Azria. And if you think about Alexander Wang, it's totally all function. He normally, and he also, Alexander Wang also fits within the daily uniform kind of category because he tends to wear the same thing most of the time: black t-shirt, black jeans, black sneakers. He doesn't really stray very far from that. But he's definitely a lot more casual than someone like Karl Lagerfeld. And I've for a while been racking my brain to come up with female examples that don't dress fashionably and don't dress well, but I can't think of any. So if you can think of any, comment below. Let me know if you can think of any female examples that are just super casual and all about comfort. I don't know. The ladies tend to have a get together most of the time, so I don't know. But these well-known names, they definitely show that there's a big range within the designer brand name people. And a lot of them have basically a celebrity status that they could hire their own personal stylists, personal image consultants to tell them what to wear, how to act, and even what to say. But not all of them do. Some of them choose to just be who they are and not mess with it. But definitely stylelessness is, or lack of style, it's very abundant among silent fashion designers, people like myself that work in an office. We tend to be the employees of the designer brand name people. And there are many reasons for lack of style. Specifically, I came up with 8. If you've seen the article I wrote on LinkedIn, 8 reasons why fashion designers don't dress fashionably, then you already know those 8 reasons. But I'm going to go over them in the next few videos, so watch for those.